What's up, ladies and gents? I'm your host, Jotnar 1, and welcome to my 100% platinum / achievement guide for God of War. I'm going to be playing the PC edition, but don't worry, as I have a cool achievement kind of notifier that kind of makes it feel a little bit more PlayStation-y. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. But essentially what this walkthrough is going to encompass all of the achievements in one kind of nice little area for you to go. And so if there's any help that you need on a specific achievement or a specific part of the game, each of these videos will be tailored to you guys. I will make sure to have timestamps below as well in the chapter select. That way you know exactly where to go in order to get something specific that you're looking for. And I'm going to try to keep this nice and clean. And of course, because of all of you, you guys selected in the poll that we did on the channel to do this on the hardest difficulty, give me God of War. I'm going to be using an Xbox controller while I do this, and we're also going to be playing the game in the max settings in 4K, and we're actually going to turn DLSS off. So what you're going to get to see is essentially the highest this game can actually run. I'm using an RTX 4090, as you can see, and I hope you guys enjoy the quality that I'm trying to provide here, as well as the straightforwardness of the walkthrough. This will be done in, obviously, multiple videos, but each video will pertain to a specific section in the game that'll be easy for you to follow and try to grab everything you can. Once the main story is over with, obviously there's going to be times and locations where you have to go back and complete things that you couldn't do before, so I'll have those stated in that specific videos as well as they come out. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to comment below. It really helps the channel. Let me know what your favorite God of War game is. Do you prefer God of War 2018, Ragnarok, or do you prefer the old series? Let me know, of course, in the comments below. Support the channel any way you can. Become a member, Patreon, all that good stuff. All those links to donate, leave a tip, or something like that. Just whatever way you want to support, share the video. All that is in the description below. Make sure you check out all of my other God of War walkthroughs as well. With that being said, it's go time.
Found some.
Get in the boat, boy.
Minimal commentary throughout this entire walkthrough, only
You
in
want me to tie it to the boat?
the places that I really feel that I need to kind of communicate with you all to let you know exactly what's going on and how to beat a certain boss or what you need to do specifically to get a achievement or trophy.
is enough.
Father,
What?
did something change? The forest feels different now.
Everything is different, boy. Try not to dwell on it.
Yes, sir.
That was the last.
Oh, there do I see my mother. Oh, there do I see my father. Oh, there do they call to me. 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 She's ready.
Find your way home. You are free.
sorry.
Squeeze. This knife. It was hers. Now it is yours. She taught you to hunt.
She knew.
Show me.
Now?
Now.
What are we hunting?
You are hunting deer.
Which way?
In the direction of deer.
Okay, this way.
Definitely, in my opinion, one of the best intros in video gaming. Really kind of just hits you right where it needs to hit you, gives you all the good feels and all that good stuff.
Why are we doing this now?
I need to know you can survive the journey.
Then we leave for the mountain?
Depends on you. Hunt.
All right, so the first part of your collectible journey is going to be right here. It's a lost and found. There's going to be a total of 4 of these that you can pick up in this first section, which is Chapter 1, The Marked Trees. Now, we're not too worried about picking up every single hack silver you might see.
What did you find?
Tracks. Not deer, though. I'll keep looking.
Boy, you missed these.
Huh. Close. But also not deer. See? Tips are too wide. Mountain goat?
Your mother taught you well.
Yeah.
I'll try to make sure to capture all these little unique story elements because I want this to be a walkthrough that people can watch if they just want to experience the story as well, not necessarily only for 100% completion. Your second part of the collector set's going to be right here. Treasure number 2 of 4, and then we can go ahead and move on.
I'll scout ahead.
More tracks?
Yeah. But they're too round. Could be a wild boar.
Good.
Oh! Now what?
This way, boy.
Hup! Oh. Wait, deer tracks. They're fresh. This way.
You don't have all your abilities yet. You can't run or anything like that, so you'll get that in the second part.
Ah! Found it!
Slow down, boy.
Sorry.
You are hunting deer, not chasing it.
Yes, Father.
If you go along this path here, you'll have a few extra hack silver that you can pick up, which is going to be good for upgrading. Obviously, this walkthrough is going to show you exactly what you need, every skill that you need in order to beat the game on Gimme God of War, as well as essentially the best character builds and stuff. This is essentially a full-on 100% guide to show you exactly what you need to do to be able to achieve 100% in God of War.
You broke our bridge. How are we gonna get across?
Step aside.
Wow.
Go.
Oh. What happened here? There it is!
Hold. What are you doing? Now his guard is up. Only fire. Only fire. When I tell you to fire.
I'm sorry.
Do not be sorry. Be better. Find it. Find it.
We have our first encounter up ahead, and the combat could be very difficult, so get ready.
My bow!
No! You are not ready! Stay back!
So if you lift them up in the air with a heavy attack, you can actually get a lot of hits on just singular enemies. Very easy to take out, as long as they don't
Father, above you!
upgrade their health, which they can easily do as well. So you got to watch out for that too. We also have a blocking ability that we can do, and a parry, which will be upgraded more. Once you see that blue icon show up, that means that they're about to upgrade their health or their levels, and you want to be careful. Do your best to try to keep them essentially as close to each other as you can, and don't let them level up like that right there. Only heavy attacks will prevent them from leveling up like that. So I always go with the get them up in the air with a heavy attack, and then immediately go with a kind of barrage of light attacks. Always try to keep them kind of in front of you as well. Focus on one enemy at a time. Try to keep everybody in a specific location to make it easier. As you can see, it can disrupt pretty much everyone that's by. Just keep them all in front of you, and you should be okay. Now, if you want to stop that from happening, throw that at them, and that should stop them from being able to immediately. Always keep them in sight. Now you'll notice that these guys that are level 2, I cannot lift up anymore. Only when they're level 1. And essentially this is what you're going to do on all the normal type of enemies. This method here. So heavy attack followed by 3 light attacks. And you should be able to get through these without taking damage. You just need about 2 hits or 3 hits sometimes, depending on what type of enemy is hitting you.
They've never come
And then you're
close
dead.
to our woods before.
Keep moving.
So you do need to be careful. So we have 4 different ways that you can go here. We're going to head to the right first.
Here's this way. I can see more tracks.
Now, if you hit these little things like this,
Follow you.
sometimes you can pick up hack silver. You do not have the ability to sprint just yet, so keep that in mind. You will get that ability once the marked trees is over and you get to the kind of the final section. So earlier you saw like this kind of little area that had like kind of a little rope that you can go down. That's where we're headed to right now. There's going to be some enemies down here. They're going to be wolves. Wolves are a little bit tougher. You want to keep them away from you as much as possible. So I like to use this because you can just kind of go back and forth here. They're much, much more difficult to predict when they're going to hit you and to block their attacks, especially when more than one of them is attacking at the same time. So just go back and forth. See, I almost got hit there. We still did. See, it's a lot more difficult to worry about these guys. They can kind of come up on you at once here, so you got to be careful. Always block every chance you have. As you can see, it's much easier to keep them at bay. It's not like it's hard not to get hit, but better to be safe than sorry, as you can see. Just by taking 1 or 2 hits, we've already taken a lot of damage. So you can see that with those types of enemies, you want to be a little bit more careful with.
They were just hungry.
What?
The wolves. They weren't meat. They were starving.
Yes, I imagine they were.
All right, we found lost toy number 3.
What?
He can no longer use it. We can.
All right, should be it. Like I said, anytime you see something like this, always hit them because you never know if there's going to be some hack silver that you need. And it's going to be very important for upgrading items and stuff like that. This is not a no damage playthrough. There's going to be a lot of times where you might see edits and stuff of us dying, but I'll try to keep it mission at hand and always moving forward through the story and give you guys, like I said, tips and tricks and all that good stuff while we go through it. This game is not an easy game to get through, especially 100%, so thank you to all of the members and patrons out there that give me the kind of the gusto to be able to try to complete a task like this. I have already platinumed God of War Ragnarok on the PlayStation 5, so I thought it was time to go back and actually do God of War 1 here on the PC, since it's the better version of the game. Alright, so we got these little puzzles here. These ones are pretty easy. All you have to do is find all 3 of these letters and hit it. Notice how we hit that. We also get some extra stuff as well. So anytime you see these, hit them, and you should be able to get some more hack silver. Now, there are different types of these little chests to open up, and they all have different puzzles, and I'll show exactly what you need to do every time you're cross run of them. It's pretty easy to figure out. Puzzles aren't too difficult in this game. So these apples, you need to collect 3 of them in order to increase your maximum health. And let's keep going. As you can see, there are going to be little things up here that you're going to be able to take a look at. Now, you can either aim for those, or you can actually just hit the bigger portion to make it easier to make sure that you drop what you need. So always look up. Most of the time, they won't be dropping anything like collectibles, mostly just hack silver.
Up there! You went to the old temple, but Mom told me never to go in there.
We do what we please, boy. No excuses.
That's where your final lost toy is going to be. But first, we have to go through a lot of enemies. On Gimme God of War difficulty, there's going to be a lot more enemies than usual in some places.
Can I have my bow back now?
Can you hit it from here?
We should get closer.
Every encounter is essentially game over if you're not smart. Take your time. Always know which type of enemies you're dealing with.
Never wanted to take me. Why now?
It was her wish. And it was time.
Okay.
So we got a bunch of enemies coming up right here. My strategy for this is essentially to keep them at distance for as long as you possibly can. Notice who you're hitting, because every time you hit that person, then they become susceptible to upgrading themselves or ranking up. See, you can just kind of keep them at... See, sometimes it'll even go through it, so at that point, always be careful. Looks like we don't have enough time to get that guy over there, so... Again, I like to keep all of them in front of me. Notice how that doesn't hurt him at all, so most of these guys are going to rank up, it looks like. Keep them in front of you. Keep them in front. Oh, he leveled up right when I was about to take him out. Alright, you should be done. Alright, there's one. We got another guy just leveled up as well. Eventually we're going to be able to get a counter move that we can do, but right now we don't have that move available. So right now we just got to kind of... Always keep them in front of you if you can. More will spawn, just so you know. And remember, these guys are all level 1 now, so you don't have to worry. They usually will not try to level up until you've hit them once, at least. You have to use your... we didn't get it in time, but now it won't slow him down, so you got to keep that in mind, as he'll be able to come up on you at any time now. Also, the heavy attacks will not lift them up in the air. Perfect. Should be good now. All right. Not done yet. We got more. There we go. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to head behind us. And this is where we're going to pick up the final collectible that you can get in Chapter 1, the Marked Trees. Now, this can be very difficult because you have a mixture of wolves and draugrs, I believe is what they're called. So, again, keep them at bay. That's what I like to do. Once you take out both of them, then another one, or should I say another one and an actual draugr is going to spawn. You can see they're both already level 2. So keep them at bay. Alright, next one's going to spawn. And there's going to be a draugr behind you. Sometimes they'll come in front of you too. Just don't let them level up. You're going to be seeing this a lot, especially in this difficulty. Now you'll notice that he won't go back as far as the level 1, so you got to be careful. But he's taken care of, and now we just got him to worry about, which shouldn't be too difficult. Once you get the timing down, it'll become much easier, so always practice on these guys first. They always do the same move, so you never really have to worry too much about what move that they're doing. Alright, that's why I like to practice on these guys at first. For these guys, you want to wait till that last moment before you actually start to hit. Alright.
You are not ready for trolls, boy.
I know, I just...
Of course, that was a little nod to the first gameplay that we saw of God of War. And there is your artifact set complete. So that, of course, you need to pick up every artifact that you stumble across in this game in order to get 100% completion. So first one is complete. All right. So let me give you a little tip of advice. So if you just hit A once or B, depending, or excuse me, circle, depending on, or not circle, but X, depending on which PlayStation or Xbox controller, you're just going to do this one dodge. If you do it twice, like within a second, you'll do an extra roll, like a dodge and then a roll. Or if you just do a double hit at the same time, then you'll go ahead and automatically roll. Use this to your advantage. Sometimes you'll only need to dodge, and other times you'll actually want to roll out of the way. So once you start to get the sense of when it is time to actually dodge and when it is time to roll dodge, things will become a lot easier in the combat field for you. So at this point, we can go ahead and move on. Notice we got another one of these up here. You'll need to angle, like if you're a little bit further away from certain items, you need to angle it until you know exactly which kind of point it needs to be at in order to grab it. Again, these things are mostly always just hack silver, so it's not something mandatory that you have to pick up to get 100%.
It's open.
You're going to have a lot of puzzles where you can actually go into your axe mode here. You'll need to shoot something in order to freeze it, so it'll unlock the door. And if you look, we've actually unlocked this door as well, so come over here and grab this. Always look up, make sure there's nothing else that you see here that we need to get. Notice that there's an area over there that we're going to go to. Now, in order to get past this area, you'll notice that it's shut.
So...
Just call it back, and you should be good to go.
Nice.
Now we're going to come all the way over here first.
I think he's this way.
Remember, guys, don't forget to leave a like and comment. I do not talk during any cutscenes, and I try to stay to the point of what needs to be said in order to help you all out. So you only need to pick up these green items here because these are health, is if you have lower health. Use your fist sometimes in order to grab these because, like I said, sometimes you will drop hack silver. You can see that there's 2 things here you can throw. There's one, and there's one right here. That should cause that to light up, and then you'll have access. All right. Now, anytime you see something like that, it means that you can hit it, and usually there's like some type of thing like around it. And then once you do hit that, you'll see that it'll kind of get rid of that. So like, say, sometimes there might be an area or something behind there that you'll need to go to, you know, something like that. So always be on the lookout for those types of things because you never know if there's going to be something like a hidden area that you need to go to and it's hidden by that or something. All right, so we have kind of like shrines that you'll need to read throughout your adventure. This is the first one that you can get.
Boy, over here.
Oh, look! It's Skull and Hati, the giant wolves who chase the sun and moon. Where did they come from? How did they get up there? What's happening there at the end? They eat the sun and moon? And then everybody fights?
All right, so we have a new myth. Again, you can hold up to check it out. Find all the Jotnar Shrines in order to get the achievement for it. There is a total of 11 of them. And at this point, I think we're good to go. We can move on. Now, in order to get 100%, you actually can play this on any difficult that you prefer. However, you all pretty much motivated me by the voting to do Give Me God of War, so you do not have to play it on this difficulty. You will be able to get 100% of the achievements and the platinum by playing it on normal, easy, whatever you desire.
Father, look.
Wait for my mark. Relax. Do not think of it as an animal. It is simply a target. Clear your mind. Steady your aim and breathe in.
I got it.
Good.
It's still alive.
Your knife. No. Finish what you started.
I can't.
All right, so you have Atreus now. So best way to fight this guy is pretty simple. You're going to want to make sure you always do double rolls. So not single rolls, or should I say don't hit it once, hit it twice. And you just keep hitting him. Anytime he lifts his leg up, do another roll. Always get out of the way and do a roll. He'll do different moves, but most of them are always the same. You don't really need to use Atreus too much. Anytime he does that, see, you'll even take damage even if you're a little further away. So you do need to be careful. Also, make sure that you're nowhere near like something that can block you from moving left or right. That's a big thing. So try to stay out in the center and then use Atreus whenever you want to get his attention somewhere else. You can actually knock him out a little bit there. Takes a little bit of damage, not too much though. But I actually have a different strategy usually for when I'm playing on a normal mode as opposed to when I'm playing on Gimme God of War. This is the God of War strategy that I found essentially just works really, really well. Just remember, you get hit once or even twice, you'll most likely die, so this is a little bit more riskier. But as you can see, you can just kind of get into this little pattern here.
Boy.
Think I'm afraid of you! You're nothing to me!
Boy,
Nothing!
look at me. Look at me, boy. Boy, look at me.
We did it.
You are not ready.
What? Are you serious? I found the deer. I proved myself. How am I not ready?
We are going home.
I haven't been sick in a long time. I can do this.
You are not ready.
Don't forget to turn around. You can actually pick up some good stuff here.
I am ready.
Do not speak again.
The funny thing I like to note is that he actually drops his knife and doesn't pick it back up. So I think Atreus is essentially not ready. So we just picked up a new Trolls Toll. So obviously we need to kill a certain amount of trolls. Is how you can unlock these labors. You don't have to get, I don't think, every labor in the game in order to get 100%, though don't quote me on that.
The path home is this way. Duh.
Now you actually have full mobility. As you can see, we can run now. And we've got some new enemy types. Well, same enemy types, but a different way to take them out. So we can use Atreus to build up our stun meter. The stun meter is always going to be the red part at the bottom. Once the stun meter goes up, even if the enemy still has a bunch of health, you can kill them instantly by hitting R3 or clicking in the right thumbstick on the PlayStation controller. Or I believe it's middle mouse button on PC controls. So for this, use your Fisk. Notice how we're building up stun meter instead of actually damage. Like, we're still giving him damage, but it's not as much. Also, go for a kick. If you're using your fists and your legs, go for a kick there, and that will stop him from being able to level up. So think of like a 1-2-3 kick. So light, light, light kick. So go for the parry, light, light, light kick. That's usually how I do my combos. It's also a get out of jail free moment. So if you use that specific method of where you actually get their stun meter all the way up and you take them out with the stun, you're kind of impervious to damage at that point. So use it if you kind of like need help and you've got someone that's stunned. Don't be afraid to rush them and get that stun in, so that way you can assess your surroundings and continue on. All right, so this is one of those locations where a Valkyrie is going to be hidden. So you'll have a bunch of these areas throughout your adventure. You can't get to them yet, obviously. So I'm going to save the Valkyries for one video. So make sure you tune that in for that specific video there. But you can unlock where they are. There's a total of 7 hidden chambers. But you do not have the ability to use these just yet.
Still can't get the doors open, huh?
Quiet.
Now, if you go into your map, see how that was hidden there? All right, pressing the back button will get you into the specific map. On the left side, you got the Midgard that tells you the entire realm you're in, which is Midgard, and how many things to uncover. We're only 2% so far. You can see that there are 34 artifacts, lots to get. On the right side, you have the specific region you're in, so you always know if you've been able to 100% a specific region. You got your armor, weapons, skills, and all that. We're not going to get into that until the second part, though. And of course, you know, we can't get those yet, so we'll have to do that later. You guys know the deal. Same thing here. You could use the method, or you could just go back to your normal. Always keep them, remember? Always keep them in front of you. That's always going to be your best option. It's your get out of jail free card right there. Sometimes they might go on fire. Keep that in mind too. Doesn't mean they're any harder really to hit or anything like that. Always go for the heavy attack whenever they do that. That's the only thing that's going to stop them, really. All right, so now we got a new type of enemy that's coming. This enemy, you cannot use your axe because he's blue. So you can only use your fists, or until we get a different weapon in the game later on. Remember, Atreus can actually build your stun meter as well, so make sure you're using him throughout. They are called the Reaver's Doom. And there you go.
I told you something was different about the forest.
And I told you not to speak.
All right, so in order to get by here, obviously, you got to hit this. And then all we have left is the big boss fight. So everything that you could do in this first chapter is pretty much done, except for the final fight here. But all collectibles have been gathered for you, so again, there will be some times where we're in a specific area. That's why I'm labeling them as chapters as opposed to label them as like Midgard and everything inside Midgard. So I want this walkthrough to be there for you guys to follow step by step and to help you guys out each kind of like along the way with me. So
But why would a fire troll burn Mother's garden? And since when are Draugrs so close to the house? And what was that frozen thing that attacked us?
I do not know. Now be silent. We are almost home. Inside, boy.
It's not fair. He doesn't know anything.
You lost control.
That thing was trying to kill us. It's not like you don't get angry in a fight.
Anger can be a weapon. If you control it, use it. You clearly cannot. When you...
I haven't been sick in a long time. I'm better now.
Fine. Come on then.
You want me to hit you?
I want you to try.
Ow! What are you...
Try again.
Why are you doing that?
Too slow. Try again.
Cut it out!
Weak. Again. Again.
Stop it!
Again! Your anger. You can get lost in it. The path ahead is difficult. And you, Atreus, are clearly not ready.
What was that?
Quiet.
Come on out! There's no use hiding anymore. I know who you are.
What's going on? Do you know him?
More importantly, I know what you are.
Boy, beneath the floor. Now.
But you told me never to go down there. Who is that?
I do not know.
What's he talking about?
I do not know. Get in.
Just tell me what I want to know. No need for this to get bloody. I thought you'd be bigger. But you're definitely the one. Long way from home, aren't you?
What do you want?
Oh, you already know the answer to that.
Whatever it is you seek, I do not have it. You should move on.
And here I thought your kind was supposed to be so enlightened, so much better than us, so much smarter. And yet you hide out here in the woods, like a coward.
You do not want this fight.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I do.
Leave my home.
You are going to have to kill me for that to happen.
I warned you.
Finally.
You would not listen.
Fine. My turn. How incredibly disappointing. Come on, then.
All right, so here we go. Don't rush him. Can't really do much damage with your axe when it comes to that right there. There's going to be certain times you're going to need to block, certain times you're going to need to dodge and get out of the way. Don't make it overly complicated, essentially. Anytime you see that, that means you need to dodge out of the way. He'll come at you usually after you do this a few times, but you can always get the block in.
Are you even trying?
Same thing. Get out of the way. Once you see that right there, that means you know you can come in for the hit. Get a few of them on him. First stage is pretty easy. So he actually did get a hit on us in there, so always rush in after he does that move. Once you get him down to a certain point, the next stage will go into effect. This is a good stage just to kind of learn some of his moves.
Tell me what I want. Pain stops real simple. Why are there two beds in
Leave my
Struck a nerve, did I? Who are you hiding? Slow and old. You should never have come to Midgard. So, care to try again?
You talk too much.
You won't talk? Fine. Maybe whoever it is you've got stashed in that house will. Who is it? Who are you afraid I'll find? Let's find out.
Alright, we're still in Spartan mode, so when you're in this mode here, essentially just keep hitting. Just keep hitting. No reason even trying to block anything, just keep... As long as you're able to keep getting a hit in, then you're good. Always go for light attacks, because the heavy attacks take too long, and they can do things like that and kind of screw timing up, so always go for the light attacks and build your kind of Spartan rage out of light attacks as well. This will just go infinite until you get him down in the second stage. Always move your camera around to where he's in front of you because he'll keep constantly kind of move. There we go. Now, when that happens, that means he could possibly hit you a second time, and that's when you want to get out of the way. But luckily, he didn't do it that time.
For me.
Just keep going at him. You still need to block in moments like that, so don't think it's like a cinema or anything like that. It's still actually something you need to do. You need to continue to block whenever it goes into those cinemas there. Like right there, you gotta block. Like there, now you need to get out of the way, so usually always move after that happens.
You are a fool.
See, he actually, I could have blocked that, but it doesn't really do any damage.
Don't have time for this.
Alright, stage 2 is going to be done now.
so soon? When Odin sent me here, I just needed answers, but you had to act all proud. Throw whatever you have at me. I'll keep coming. That old body will give out. But before I end this, I want you to know one thing. I can't feel any of this. You've seen it with your own eyes. You can't hurt me. Nothing can. This fight is pointless. Your struggle is pointless. It didn't have to be this way. Pathetic. You can't win. I feel nothing. But you feel everything, yet you keep trying. I'm not my brother. And if you'd given me what I wanted, it wouldn't have ended this way. But no. Let's finish this.
All right, here we go. So this is where it's really going to start to... So this move, you just need to get out of the way. It's a lot tougher to do. You kind of got to wait. It takes a little time to get used to the timing on it. He still has that move, and always run in afterwards. Wait for it, and then do it. If you do that, then you should be good. So don't dodge immediately.
I feel nothing!
Wait for it, and now. Wait for it. Wait. Always wait about a half second. Notice how I only do light attacks? I think that's the best option.
I will end you! You can't beat me!
Wait, now. It'll be hard to kind of figure out where he is when that happens sometimes. So keep that in mind too, because when he jumps up, you do lose a little bit of your lock on, so you have to make sure you re-lock on so you can focus.
I feel nothing!
There we go. Wait for it. See, it's almost pointless, honestly, to do a heavy attack because it takes too long, and usually he's like kind of on to his next move by that point. So that's why I always go for light attacks here. Unless I'm that close, you can usually get him off at that point. But heavy attacks do help, as you can see. It lifts him up in the air.
that you, of everyone I'd faced, would finally make me feel something, but you can't.
A little kind of funny tidbit here. When he's falling, he actually goes into an animation where he flips you off if you like take the camera out and you look down. It's actually pretty funny, but you don't normally see it. So there's your stages of each and every single part of that boss fight. It's a very epic boss fight to start the game with. Not too difficult, so just stick to the maneuvers that you saw that I do. Only use the heavy attack when you know you've got a few seconds. It will lift him up in the air, then you can get a bunch of hits in.
Did he know my past? How did they find me after all this time?
And essentially this will be the end of Chapter 1.
What do I do? Our son is not ready to carry your ashes to the top of the mountain. And neither am I. I do not know how to do this without you. But we cannot stay here. Boy.
There was so much. I thought. You're all right.
I am all right. Come. Gather your things. We are leaving.
Thought I wasn't ready.
You are not. We have no choice now. Prove me wrong.
Yes, sir. The mountain. It's gonna be a long trip.
Yes, but an important one.
Whoa. How did this happen?